Hey guys, for YoungBoldAndRegal.com, I'm Elisa Hernandez alongside the beautiful Krstyle Rich, who is not only an award-winning NFL producer, she's the host, she's an author, like the girl does it all. I don't even know where you find the time in the day, so thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
So your latest venture is, she is a host on YouTube.com for The Fumble. You left actually a few jobs. She was on TV, guys. Like, she's no joke, I'm telling you. You were On the Market, you went to Sacramento, and now you're back here in LA. How has that transition from city to city been so far?
Man, that's one of the hardest things is moving, picking up and moving. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. I'm originally from the East Coast, so I came out here in 2012 to work for the NFL. Stayed here for a couple years, moved jobs, moved again within LA, moved back to the East Coast, worked as a sports reporter covering a few NFL teams, moved back to LA, moved to Sacramento, fell in love with LA, so came back here. The journey is one of the hardest things that you can ever experience, but it's the most rewarding. So it's hard picking up and moving, but it's always worth it, especially when you have a goal in mind and you are taking the necessary steps to get there. And that's just what my journey is. It's just taking necessary and strategic steps to get to where I want to go.
You know, that's obviously a really big thing, and our viewers that are watching this, I think one of the hardest things that they think is like, you know, when you want to be in media, there's no blueprint. You know, when you want to be a doctor and a lawyer, you know exactly what to do. You go to school, you know, you have residency, and then bam, you get a job. And I feel like everyone's journey is different in our business. How did you working for The Fumble come about?
Okay, so I left Good Day Sacramento. That's my job, where I was a live morning anchor and a live morning reporter. I did 10 through 20 live shots per day. It was crazy. I would wake up at 2:30 a.m. The show started at 4:30 a.m. So that's a really big thing right there. I'm going to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock if I'm being good. It's a rough transition. Left there, came back here, and just wanted to get in a different kind of experience. So I did everything I could do in local news, from anchoring to reporting to news to sports, but my ultimate goal is network. So I knew that I had to train for a network position. And with The Fumble, something that they allow me to do is be very opinionated and show my personality. Whereas in local news, it's very cut and dry. You just tell them the facts. You can maybe add in like a little tiny bit of personality, but not too much, because the news directors really don't like all that swag on their TV screens. So coming here has allowed me to work on my opinionated persona, and also debate, which is something I love doing. Growing up, and as a Philly fan, one of my guilty pleasures is going to a bar and just arguing with a complete stranger and laughing and having the best time. So it allows me to hone those skills to one day hopefully take it to network.
So that's really interesting, because you say you can't show so much swag on local broadcasts. So let's be real, that's very, very true. Here, Young Bold and Regal, you could drip all day.
There we go.
But, you know, speaking of that kind of transition, you said you want to train for network, and The Fumble is giving you that. It's interesting that you say that, because The Fumble is on YouTube. You know, it's something that's very media-based that people can access anywhere. What do you think has the transition been for viewers, especially in this day and age, to kind of go to the internet for their sports debate, as opposed to maybe waiting for a 12 o'clock slot, you know, Sports Center?
Do you have a smart TV or do you have cable?
We have both, actually.
See,
my sister got a smart TV. I'm with the cable. It's hard.
There
it's hard
you
to
go.
cut the cord.
So I've always had cable, but for the first time ever when I moved to Sacramento, even though I was on TV there, I still got a smart TV. I got a smart TV because I'm just like, why am I paying when I can kind of get this for free?
True.
So I had no idea that there was this like whole generation out there who like barely watches the news and barely watches TV. I grew up in a situation where my dad's like, you need to watch the news once a day. You need to be aware of what's going on in the world. But everyone has this device called a phone and a smartphone, and that's how they get a lot of their news. A lot of people, they're not watching TV anymore. So for me to go to the internet, it was really a weird transition for me mentally. And I like to think of myself as just using it to train for the next level, which is going back into TV. But also, our audience is huge. In the internet world, you can reach triple the amount that you can ever reach at a local broadcast. So when I really start to think about it, it made sense for now.